Hi, I'm Mr. Smithson, and I'll be leading the trip to Belize with Miss Sandquist. We're so excited to be bringing the King's Academy back to Belize in 2024. We'll be working with Pathlight International and Jaguar Creek as we serve students at Armenia Government Primary School, just south of Belmopan, the capital. We'll be staying at Jaguar Creek, which has tent cabins and is nestled underneath the canopy of the rainforest, a beautiful place. I want to let you know that this trip will be hot and humid, and there will be bugs. So if those things are tough for you, this might not be the best idea. However, pray about it, think about it, talk with your parents, and I hope that if you are ready for a challenge, that you'll sign up to go on the Belize trip. It will be an adventure and a wonderful ministry opportunity to serve students at the elementary school level. When we're at the schools, we generally do construction projects. Sometimes we paint, sometimes we brick, sometimes the teachers ask us to be teaching assistants. And in the past, we've even done a science day camp while we were there. Since I'm a science teacher, I bring my stuff and we split up and we do fun things for the students to do so the teachers can have a break. So anyway, that's all I got for you. I hope you'll consider coming to Belize. Take care.
Hey everybody, Matt Tompkins here, Senior Tompkins. I just want to tell you guys a little bit about Costa Rica. We're going to be going to this large Christian camp up in the mountains, central Costa Rica. It's in the cloud forest. It's called La Montaña Christian Camp. It's going to take place from Friday, March 22nd. We'll leave very early in the morning, and then we will come back Saturday, obviously the following week on March 30th, late in the evening. What are we going to be doing in Costa Rica? Again, there'll be a lot of students coming from around Costa Rica, and we will run a Christian camp, just like Hume Lake, where we're going to be sharing the gospel with students and so forth. We'll be helping with the programming. We'll be helping with background things. So we'll be in the bike shack. We might be doing food prep. We might be doing a work project. We might be running some activities and events. Obviously, we'll get to know Costa Ricans as well. We'll get to know some of the staff there and so forth. So we're going to be providing support in a sense to lower the cost of the camp and just to help the Costa Ricans there share the gospel with students and so forth. I'll be taking a group of 20 and I'm really looking forward to the entire trip. Also, we will have 2 days where we'll spend a day in the cloud forest, zip lining and looking at animals and so forth. And we'll also have another day, kind of a cultural day, just to get to know Costa Rica a little bit better. So I hope many of you apply, and hope to see a lot of you there. Pura vida.
Hi, I'm Mr. Hardy, and this is Senora Cadle. On the edge of the Amazon basin in eastern Ecuador lies the Ninawachi Mission School, an indigenous seminary for training Ecuadorian nationals in evangelism, discipleship, and church planting. Since 2012, TKA has partnered with Ninawachi by sending teams each spring to augment their ministry in any way they see fit. This is a highly relational trip. We live with the students on site at Ninawachi and join them in their week of ministry. On a typical day, we get up in the morning and have morning worship and devotions together in the prayer hut, then take breakfast together in their dining hall. The rest of the morning, we serve Ninawachi by doing work projects around the school site that need lots of hands. After taking lunch together, we go out into the nearby villages where they minister to do various outreach activities. This is typically a VBS program and pick up soccer games with the children and youth. Sometimes we do home visitations. In the evenings, after taking dinner together, we end the day with a debrief, worship, and sharing testimonies with the Ninawachi students. Sometimes we even participate in an evening worship service. If you have a heart for kids, a desire to form new friendships, a high degree of cultural sensitivity, and a willingness to share your faith with others, Senora Cadle and I encourage you to consider the Ecuador service trip. Come visit us at our table at lunch in the quad, and we'd love to answer your questions and tell you all about Ecuador and the Ninawachi Mission School.
Hi, I'm I'm Mrs. Babin. Mrs. McLaughlin and I are excited to be going to Hazard, Kentucky this year. We will be helping families that have lost their homes in the July 2022 floods that wiped out many communities and killed 45 people. We will be rebuilding homes and damage to homes and ministering to those families, having super fun times, working together, doing devotions, having relationship building and sharing times. We hope you want to join us. There'll be a team of about 16 students and 4 adults, and we will be gone from Sunday to the following Friday. Look forward to having you on our team.
What's up, TKA? Mr. Yu here. Mrs. Park and I are excited to lead a trip this spring out to Fukuoka, Japan. From March 21st to 29th, we are partnering with a TKA family that has built a ministry out there, and some of the activities that we'll be doing include assisting missionaries with after-school programs, different kinds of activities for students. We'll be hosting and cooking meals, providing evangelism material and distribution in preparation for Easter, and participating in local outreach and really just kind of plugging into the community. Space is super limited, and so we're looking for people who are outgoing, hardworking, ready to serve. And so if that sounds like you, get your game face on and sign up.
Hello, I'm Mr. Nisbet, and I lead the service trip to Los Angeles. Really an amazing experience in urban ministry. We'll stay at the Union Rescue Mission. We go down on March 22nd. We'll be back March 29th. So kind of a Friday to Good Friday schedule. Like I said, we stay at the Union Rescue Mission that's centered right downtown Skid Row, Los Angeles. Kind of the epicenter for homelessness communities in our local area. We'll work with people on the streets, give them out hygiene kits, and spend some time in communication and conversation with them, really inspiring them with just a word, a shared conversation with each other. It's really a big gift that they can receive from each of us. We'll also work with kids in the South Los Angeles area, kind of an area where there's gang involvement. Don't worry, we've been there. We're a group that's reputable in the community. They love us. They ask for us to come every year. It's really an amazing experience that we get to share with the kids down in that area. We also work with Homeboy Industries. It's an organization that works for people getting out of prison. Really a fascinating organization. We also learned from the Los Angeles Police Department and also activists in the area, kind of what their initiative is and how they perceive what they can do to help in the community. Really an amazing experience. We were looking for about 25 to 30 students to come with us this year. We need those that are courageous to meet people. We need worship team members as well. People that aren't afraid to roll up their sleeves and get a little work done as well, because we do some projects for the rescue mission staff, really helping them to further their ministry in the Skid Row area as well. Hope you can make it. Thanks.
Hey, what's up, Knights? My name is Ben. I'm the head athletic trainer here at Kings, and I have experienced that the best things that I've been able to take away from life have been the things that I have given away. And I believe that God gives each and every one of us gifts that we should make a difference on the lives of others and on our community. And in line with this, I will be leading a service trip to Rock and Water Christian Camp in Lotus, California from March 23rd to March 29th. And here at camp, we will be revitalizing, reconstructing, and rebuilding up the campsite for the busy summer. And I'm looking for people who are eager to grow in their Christian faith and people who are willing to have fun and give back to the community. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dr. Louie, and I am leading the service trip to the Navajo Nation this year. Our team will have the opportunity to live and work among the Navajo people as we travel with Experienced Mission. We will partner with a local church to meet the needs that they have identified as the most important for the health of their community. Most of the projects will be related to construction, both indoor and outdoor, and will serve to meet the needs of the local church and the families within that church. Students will have a truly cross-cultural experience as they spend time on the reservation and listen to stories from the Navajo people who continue to live on their ancestral land. Unemployment rates are high, and drug and alcohol abuse continue to be severe issues. For some on the reservation, adequate food, proper nutrition, and proper home maintenance are issues. This is an opportunity for TKA students to serve to meet the tangible needs of a community. It is also an opportunity for TKA students to see a mission field available right here in the United States that they may not have realized is available. This service trip, we will leave on Sunday, March 24th. We will fly to Arizona and then drive 5 hours to the reservation. We will spend 4 days working on site. While we are there, we stay at a church. We eat our meals in the church and get a chance to know some of the local community that way. And then we will depart on Friday, March 29th, and fly back to California. I grew up near a reservation, and I grew up seeing the need that exists there, and I feel called to serve on this service trip this year. I am asking you to prayerfully consider serving on the Navajo Nation service trip this year. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to come and see me at the service fair, and I would love to have you on this team. Thank you.
Greetings. I'm Drew Petiti, and Barb Schulenberg and I have the privilege of running the second longest trip at TKA, the Kentucky trip. It's a fabulous trip. It's a trip that you get the best of both worlds. You get an opportunity to serve. We go up to the hills of Kentucky and we build wheelchair ramps for the elderly, and we get to know these families, and these families become a part of us for that week, and we're really excited about that part. And the second thing that we do up there is we have enduring relationships. It's part of the mission of TKA. We have chapel together in the evening, and then afterwards we do have an opportunity to spend time with the people in the group, playing games, and it's just a great trip for that, and I think you would really enjoy it. We're looking for individuals who are enthusiastic, who are willing to be teachable, and they are just willing to serve. And you will really, this trip will really change your life. It's phenomenal, and we're looking forward to seeing who applies, because it's just such a great trip. Thank you.
Good morning. In Matthew chapter 28, verse 16 to 20, where Jesus talks about the Great Commission, he calls on his followers to make disciples and baptize all nations in the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. It has become a tenet in Christian theology, emphasizing ministry, missionary work, evangelism, and baptism. And so that's what we are called to do on this trip. So the gist of the trip, we leave on Thursday, March 21st, late at night, and get to Manila on Saturday at the crack of dawn. Coming back on Tuesday, April 2nd, sometime in the evening. We will be taking 40 students. 2 provinces or city that we will be serving are in Dagupan and Binmalay, Pangasinan, my parents' hometown. Ministry opportunities will be light construction. We will help with the ministry center that God has put in my heart to start 10 years ago. Food distribution and feeding the poor to over 600 families. Grocery pack distribution for the families in the slum areas. Sports ministry, and if you are a decent basketball player, we want you. Beach and street evangelism to hundreds of youth and kids. Kids BVS to hundreds of slum kids where they never had a chance to know Jesus. We will be sleeping on the floors and immersing ourselves into the Filipino culture, customs, and traditions as we participate in the everyday life of these amazing lost souls. Why Philippines, you ask? When my parents passed away before my first mission trip, I went back to the Philippines to sell our home and retrieve some of the inheritance and important items that my parents would want us to keep. Went inside our house, and every single belonging that we had was gone. My relatives took everything, and I was chased away with a machete, and my life was threatened. From then on, I vowed not to go back. In the year 2010, God spoke in my heart very vividly and said, "You will go back to the Philippines and tell your people how much I love them." I wrestled with God like Jacob in the Bible because my life was threatened, remember? Then God reminded me that this was not my trip, but his trip. And if I want to serve my Almighty with all my heart and with all my soul, then I needed to trust him and obey. From then on, I had seen God perform so many miracles, witnessed many of my kababayans accept Christ, and most importantly, how our students came back transformed and on fire for Jesus. Praise God. Come and experience a life-changing trip with us. Mabuhay, Pilipinas.
Hi, my name is Mr. Wilton, and along with Mr. Jocelyn, I'll be leading the San Francisco City Impact Service Trip. We'll be working with City Impact in the Tenderloin District of San Francisco. This ministry started in 1984 with the dream of seeing a spiritual awakening in the Tenderloin. What began as an afternoon handing out sandwiches on the street has grown into a multifaceted ministry serving the immediate needs of the community in these areas: poverty, children, and hunger. Our students will serve through tangible acts of love and kindness, such as feeding the hungry, working in their rescue mission and delivering meals, clothing the naked, working in their thrift store, educating the children, working alongside teachers and other staff at their K-8 school, and loving our neighbor by adopting a building and serving there. Students will provide service in the inner city residents along with the city impact leaders. Team members will likely experience a setting that may be uncomfortable, and they may be around others who make them feel uncomfortable too. However, students will be inspired, encouraged, and equipped to embody the heart of service wherever they go, especially at this local ministry in San Francisco. We'll be sleeping in bunk beds within the city at the City Impacts buildings. We'll have hot meals, hot showers, and lots of fun. I hope you consider joining us at City Impact San Francisco.
Hey everybody, Coach Terry here. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the Tecate Trip. What can I tell you about Tecate? Well, first of all, the food. The food is just outstanding and amazing. Secondly, where we stay, I mean, like, bourgeois, like, it is amazing, absolutely unbelievable room. You're going to love it. The facilities, outstanding. Everything about it is gorgeous. And I haven't even gotten to the beach day. The beach day is incredible. Everybody gets out there, golden white beaches, it's unbelievable blue seas, excellent waves, just blows your mind. Right up until you swim with dolphins. Once you swim with dolphins, you're like, this trip can't get any better. And even if none of that was true, you're gonna go build a house for somebody who needs a house. You're gonna learn some amazing things about yourself in your walk with God. So why don't you do this? Come with us out to Tecate. We're gonna have a great time regardless of what happens. See ya.